Congressman, always good to see you. Good morning.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be with you.
Let's talk about this last-minute funding bill. It avoids the government shutdown, but certainly there are issues out there. Border security funding was a key point the sides don't agree on. So your reaction to the 45-day measure?
Well, look, I wasn't crazy about it because it essentially kicks the can on the same levels of out-of-control spending. I actually voted the day before for a temporary measure that cut spending, secured the border, and put in a commission to really get at our long-term debt. And I was really disappointed that we had a small group of Republicans who voted against the border and the debt commission, and then that left us with no choice but to kick the can on keeping the government open. That said, Ryan, we have 45 days now, and Republicans are determined to continue pushing each one of our appropriations bills that gets our spending under control. We will push another border measure, and we will push measures to over to the Senate to get our debt under control, Ryan. We've taken in, we've spent 3 times the amount that the federal government takes in the last 2 years. No family could do that. No business could do that. And just by a point of comparison, the interest on our debt alone is now approaching the size of our defense budget. It is going to swallow everything and every program out there if we don't put our foot down.
Yeah, those are staggering numbers. And whatever side of the aisle you're on, it's eventually going to impact your family. Let's talk about the other big issue, and that's Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, very outspoken. He wants to remove Speaker McCarthy. So where do you stand on that, and how might that play out?
Well, look, I think a lot of people feel like if he does it, I mean, who knows? Backroom deals are cut all the time in D.C. On Saturday, I would have bet you that we were heading to a shutdown. So, we'll see how that plays out. But I think a lot of people feel like that's a distraction right now. We need to cut spending, secure the border. I mean, heck, I want these oversight investigations to continue that are uncovering the Biden family corruption from foreign entities, the obstruction of justice with the IRS whistleblowers that tried to look into whether they had paid taxes and then they were shut down by the Department of Justice. All of the nonsense that's going on with the Department of Justice, all of that will be impacted if we have to halt and start fighting over who the next speaker is. It's not clear who that would be. It's not clear what the plan is. Meanwhile, we need to get to work, and we need to stay at work. I think that's what Floridians are expecting.
How do you sense the bipartisan sense right here? It's going to take that in 6 weeks. Where do the two sides, do they see a lot of things together? Or they're just big issues they're far apart on?
Well, at the end of the day, we do have to deal with a Democrat-run Senate. But I can assure everyone the bills coming out of the House will be focused on cutting spending, getting our debt under control, securing the border, and dealing with China that is breathing down our neck during all this. I mean, back to the point of all of this seeming chaos in the Capitol, China's pointing to that in their propaganda and saying, we told you democracy is too messy. You better side with us and not with them.
Still some work to do in the next several weeks for sure. Congressman, always appreciate your time. Thanks for spending it with us.